So it is Thursday and we got a good couple inches of snow yesterday. So we didn't get to do anything really outside. We did a lot of learning and reading and researching yesterday. As far as goat prep goes, we ended up getting an appointment scheduled with a vet. The vet's going to come out to our house and do a herd check on the two doelings about the end of this month, and so that they get their booster vaccines as well. They'll be getting their CDT vaccine before they come home with us, and then they're going to get a booster vaccine in a couple weeks when the vet comes out to meet and greet them. So that was something very important that we did want to get scheduled. We want to develop a good relationship with a vet that works with goats, a country vet. And this vet was actually recommended to us by a friend of mine who has Nigerian dwarf goats, and she's local, so it's really great. So we want to get that good working relationship established. So we got that finalized yesterday. We also did research the formula and cow milk debate on whether we wanted to use whole pasteurized cow's milk or the goat formula. Because I've already ordered a 45-pound bag of goat formula from Premier One. So I don't want to just not use that. However, I was reading one of the books yesterday, which I'm going to show to you in a second. And in the book, she mentioned that actually taking the whole cow's milk and mixing it with the formula, kind of like a half and half, is actually desirable, in her opinion, over using just straight formula. So we might kind of do the best of both worlds. I don't have really access to the goat milk to feed these doelings. So that's why we had chosen to do formula, but if using whole pasteurized cow milk is good for them too, and even maybe better than just using straight formula, we will definitely do so. So we're going to be picking up a couple gallons of whole pasteurized cow's milk as well. One of the books that was recommended, I saw, I think, in a Facebook group for, goat keeping and goat care, was this holistic goat care book. And I have to say, I've found it very, very informative and very helpful. I highly recommend it. As a total goat beginner, I'm able to read this and understand what they're talking about, which is so important because we lack the experience that a lot of people have. We have none. So this book has been very helpful. This is where I read about the cow's milk and the formula, researched more on the weaning process that occurs gradually. We also were learning more about grain and how really that's such a small portion of a goat's diet. And how hay and roughage and foraging and things like that really makes up the biggest bulk of a goat's diet. So we were really learning a lot yesterday all about that, and the different types of pasture that is good for goats, and how you want to have them browse on things that are at least 6 inches tall so that they're not forced to graze on any really low grass where they could pick up parasites or worms, things like that. So some really good information that I didn't know before. So I guess maybe the snow day yesterday was beneficial because it forced us to sit down and stop kind of running around doing things and focus on educating ourselves on more of the skills on caring for goats and baby goats. So that's good. It was a blessing. At some point today, we'll try and get some cattle panel and get to work more on this goat shed and things like that. So there is the Thursday update. sneak peek. We're making some progress. We have a door and a window and a roof. All right, hi everyone. It is Friday. We've made it through the week. We got a lot done yesterday. Specifically, we ended up getting some wire mesh put around the bottom perimeter of the goat shelter. This is to make sure that no rodents or potentially even predators would be able to dig under or claw their way into the goat house. So I'm going to show you what we did there. I have to secure it in place today with some either staples or like fence staples that you can hammer in. So I do need to work on that and kind of make it look nice too, because it's still a little rough around the edges right now. So you can kind of see here what I've done already. This is 1/4 inch wire mesh, and I have it just around the perimeter here, and I'm going to be burying this part of the wire mesh with pea stone and rock and mulch. And then this part here, I'm probably gonna bend down one more time so it's only up a little bit. And then I'm going to use probably fence staples that you can hammer in and secure that in place. You can see I kind of have some back here that I've already covered up with some rock, more so just to hold it there. And there's some right around here. And then I also did the front and worked around the door, so that way it's not going to be a tripping hazard or anything. So I'm going to get some more pea stone to kind of bring this up here, so most of this would be covered, so that when this door opens and goats and or people are walking in and out, it's not a tripping hazard whatsoever. So that is one of the big things I did yesterday, just to try and secure up this goat shelter. The boys and I today are going to also be getting more rocks from the rock wall to bring up, probably some mulch as well, to kind of help level this out. Like we've been working on earlier this week, we want to make sure that we have proper drainage in this area. So that's a big priority. Make sure we don't have any pooling and backing up of water that would make this area damp. So we're going to get some more rocks and mulch and finish that part up. Joe last night after work was able to complete the roof on top, and like I've been saying, he's doing a video all about that, so you'll get all the details regarding the construction of the goat shelter in his video. Now, we also found out we're going to be getting probably 6 to 12 inches of snow tomorrow. And so tomorrow's Saturday, we are getting the dolings on Sunday. So tomorrow, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything out here. So anything that needs to be done outside to get ready for the goats needs to happen today. Now tomorrow, we can use that time to really hone in our understanding of goats and goat care and bottle feeding and all the ins and outs. So it's not terrible. It's given us time to now really educate ourselves fully on what to expect when we bring home the 1-week-old and 3-week-old minioberhasli dolings on Sunday. So that'll be good. Maybe having a more relaxed day inside after having a very hectic week might be what we need and get us in the right mindset. So the snow is coming and it's cold today, but at least today we can get out here and finalize what needs to get done. Well, as far as fencing is concerned, we still need to get a couple more cattle panels to do the fencing. We have 7 so far, we want 10. We do have our 6-foot T-post, so that's all good to go. But fencing is probably gonna have to wait until after the goats come, unfortunately. The ground is also still, pretty hard. I mean, it's only March 11th, so it's still pretty frozen. So trying to drive T-posts into the ground is hard anyway. So we're gonna have to play that by ear as far as putting the fencing in. But we at least have most of the supplies, minus 3 16-foot cattle panels and the electric wire and system for that. But we'll figure that out. As long as we have the basics, like Joe says, food, shelter, water, and a very good understanding of how to care for these goats, will be good. So we got things covered. So here are some of the supplies that we have that came in. This is the Prima heat lamp from Premier One. So we ordered this because it is considered the safest heat lamp out there. So we got that, and we also ordered it with the bulb as well. So it's pretty big. It's really nice. So I think this is going to work great to keep out in the goat shelter with the babies when they're able to be out there, or if we decide we don't want to keep them in the house at night anymore and we just want to keep them out in the shelter. This heat lamp, from what I'm being told, actually does very well with keeping them safe and warm out there. So we did get that. We got the Trace Mineral Premix from Premier One as well. This gets mixed with a 50-pound bag of salt, and then you are good to go. And apparently when you do that, it feeds 10 goats for 1 year. So yeah, we have like 5 years worth of salt and mineral mix apparently. But I think this was only like $15. So, and it's a 5-pound bag, I believe. Yeah, so very inexpensive. And this upside down bag, because I took the nutrition tag off, so this is upside down, but I have the formula that we got from Premier One as well. This is the Shepherd's Choice Kid Milk. So the formula we got does come medicated for help with coccidia. So that is what we got. We got a 45-pound bag of the Shepherd's Choice Kid Milk. So that was highly rated on the website. So I did pick that up, and it's massive bag there. But like I said, I think we are going to do kind of half and half with the formula and whole pasteurized cow's milk. We also have a couple bottles here. These are the ones from Premier One, and they have the Pritchard nipples. And these we got on Amazon with the Pritchard nipples as well. I have a couple replacement nipples coming in from Valley Vet, just in case they get damaged or chewed up and we need some in a pinch. I wanted to make sure to have some on hand. Now, something else that we actually had is a goat record keeping logbook. We had gotten this for Max for Christmas. So he had this ready to go. Once he gets his goats, he can put them in here, and all of their records and pedigree and information can be stored right in this logbook. So I wanted to get him one that was kind of funny. So we found that on Amazon, I believe, for about $10. So we have that. And we had put together a binder full of information, some medical information in here that we printed out, such as medications and remedies for any emergency situations, just so we have a reference that's easy to access, all here in a binder. I also printed out an electrolyte recipe I found. This is copied actually out of that Holistic Goat Care book. So I wanted to have that recipe kind of handy in case of an emergency or whatnot. So this binder kind of has random goat information and stuff like that. So more of a reference for Max to keep all of his stuff. So that is pretty much the update for today, Friday. And we'll give you one more update tomorrow, the day before we pick up our goats. Hi everyone, it is Saturday, and like I said, that snow, it came in, and they weren't lying. It's only 9:30 in the morning right now, and it is snowing like crazy. But I wanted to give you our update and show you what we did and how we are now ready to bring home our goats. So we're inside the goat shelter. Much nicer in here, definitely cozy. I think the girls are gonna definitely like their house. So let me kind of give you a sneak peek. So yesterday we ran an extension cord up from the house and then had it come in through the openings we have up here for ventilation. There is some screening up, so we don't have it wide open, but there is mesh screening along those openings up there that Joe stapled in yesterday. And then the extension cord is coming down because we do have that Prima heat lamp from Premier One that we can hook up in here. We just need to put in like a hook or whatnot so we can safely have it installed inside here. We also put down the straw and some pine shavings all in here. A real nice thick layer of bedding for those girls to enjoy to keep them nice and warm. We're probably, like we've been saying, going to keep them inside at night for a bit, but when they are out here acclimating to their new house, we want them to be nice and cozy. The only thing we don't have in here quite yet are, of course, like the feed trough, the mineral feeder, water bucket, things like that, but we'll get them in here soon. Also, there is a new window that Joe installed yesterday, looking great, and it matches the one on the door. These were leftover windows from the greenhouse build, and that's the way Max wanted it designed. All right, I'm gonna see what I can show you out here, but we actually were able to get some fencing up. We were out here working pretty late last night, I think till about 6:30, basically till dark. And we were able to use the cattle panels that we have and get them in the ground. Thankfully, the ground was actually not as frozen as I thought it would be. So what we have going on here is with the 16-foot cattle panels, they're 4 foot tall. And we are probably going to put a T-post in the center of each 16-foot panel. So every 8 feet, just to secure it up a little bit more. And we so far have the fence line coming all the way around like this. So included in their fence line is a lot of brush, branches, things that goats enjoy munching on, browsing on. And we will probably change this fence line as we get funds back in after this 1 week extravaganza of buying goat things. So eventually we will probably make this fence line bigger and include some of these pine trees and whatnot that we hear goats enjoy so much. But we made the fence line so far to here. So all the way around. And here is that massive brush pile we have that we think that they'll enjoy. But we'll eventually have the fence line kind of come this way. And it's gonna come back down, just following this brush pile here and connect back up to that initial point there. And I think we're gonna have a gate opening somewhere like here. I think that's what we're gonna do. So we still need to get 5 more 16-foot cattle panels along with 1 8-foot cattle panel. And that 8-foot cattle panel will be used for the gate. Yesterday, the boys did a fantastic job and they hauled rocks for about 2 hours. And you can't really see it, but underneath the snow are a ton of rocks. And it's all buffered up against the wire mesh I put in place yesterday to keep rodents and things out. But all in here are all rocks. And I have it tapered down so it's sloping to help with drainage and water movement. So that was a big part of our project yesterday, and the boys did a spectacular job. So that, my friends, is pretty much our update for this vlog. Today, Sam hit it right on the nose when he goes, I think we need a lazy day to just learn about chickens and goats. I said that is the perfect idea. I like the way you think. So that's the plan for today. I got some seeds I do need to start, so I'm gonna turn on my Mr. Propane heater. The wind's kicking the door open. So I'm gonna turn on the Mr. heater in my greenhouse, and I'm gonna get it to a nice 60 degrees in there and do some seeds. And stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow we bring home our goats, so we'll include y'all on that adventure. So thanks for watching our first real homestead adventure, bringing animals onto our homestead. We're excited, so thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.